Hey guys, so in today's lecture, we are going to start a new chapter that is ocean energy. So, how we can convert or get energy from the ocean. So, the name of the topic is ocean thermal energy conversion. That how we can convert energy from the ocean. But which energy? The thermal energy from the ocean to the or electricity or useful purposes. So so the ocean and the seas are constantly receiving solar radiation. So solar radiations they are constantly receiving and act as an largest natural solar collector. So an ocean as a collector has a very much storage capacity. So, ocean thermal energy conversion is a new technology needed to be harnessed, especially in India, where the coastline is about 6,000 kilometers. So, according to the MNRE, that is Ministry of New Renewable Energy, the overall potential of the ocean thermal energy inter-country may excess of 50 gigawatt. So there is an enormous opportunity to tap this new renewable source of energy. So ocean thermal energy, how it exists? So it exists in the form of temperature difference between the warm surface water and the colder deep water. So warm surface water and the colder deep water. So the surface water works as a heat source and the deep water as a heat sink. So this works as a heat source and this works as a heat sink. So in between we can put some device to harness this energy. So the surface water the surface water heat can be converted to part of mechanical energy into work and hence into electrical energy. So a minimum temperature difference of 20 degrees Celsius. So minimum temperature difference of 20 degrees Celsius is required for practical conversion. So the facility proposed to achieve this conversion is known as OTEC. So that facility is known as OTEC. So solar radiation flux incident on the ocean surface. So the solar radiation flux incident on an ocean surface. So the most tropical and subtropical areas, the temperature of water at the surface of the sea is about 27 degrees Celsius. The temperature of the cold sea water at a depth of 1 kilometer is about 7 degrees Celsius. So the density of water decreases with increase in temperature. So therefore the water at the top surface is lighter than the water at some depth which is heavier. So the tropical waters there are two infinite heat reservoirs. So one is heat source at 27 degrees Celsius and another is heat sink at 7 degrees Celsius. So in this range of temperatures of warm water T1 in the upper surface layer and T2 cold water at the depth of the tropical ocean. So if we find the Carnot efficiency, that how much is the maximum efficiency which we can get for this two, so it will be, the formula is 1 minus T2 by T1. So that is 1 minus T2 is 7 degrees, so 7 plus 273 divided by 27 plus 273. So this will be 300 upon 280. So 1 minus, so we will get an efficiency of Carnot efficiency of, so the efficiency will be around near to 7.1428 percentage. The actual efficiency of OTEC power plant is very less than the Carnot efficiency. So this is, as we know, this is the maximum efficiency which is ideal, which cannot be achieved. So but the real efficiency is way less than this. So this is given by that OTEC efficiency of the OTEC will be EF into Carnot efficiency. So EF will be a relative efficiency factor which is near to 0.4 to 0.6. So 50% of the Carnot efficiency which we can achieve. So that is near to 3.5 percentage on an average. So we can get half of the Carnot efficiency. So the solar energy absorption by water takes place according to the Lambert's law. Solar energy's absorption will take place according to the Lambert's law. So Lambert's law of absorption. So what is Lambert's law of absorption? So it states that each layer each layer of equal thickness absorbs the same fraction of light that passes through it. If I is the intensity of radiation and x is the depth of water, then di x by dx will be equal to mu I. So if we uh, solve this term, so if we integrate this term, so we'll get Ix will be equal to uh, e raised to minus mu x into I0. So this integration, I think you can get how it came. So this is some simple maths formula. If you want, I can explain. So this is something like this, that dix, just the similar terms on one side upon I will be equal to mu x, so mu dx, sorry. So now integrating on both the sides, so as we know that dx upon x means di upon I will be uh, ln x or log x, which will be equal to around mu x plus c. So let's take log c maybe. So now if we remove x, so sorry, so this will be ln ix will be equal to mu x plus maybe let's take log of I0. So this will be equal to, if we take subtraction, so this will be ln ix by I0, which will be equal to mu x. So if we take log on the other side, so we'll get ix upon I0, which will be equal to e raised to mu x. So ix will be equal to I0 into e raised to mu x. So here we have taken negative mu x because it is below, that is below the surface, there is depth of the water, so we have taken the negative x. So this is the formula for uh, Lambert's law of absorption. It is Ix is equal to I0 into e raised to minus mu x, where I0 is intensity of radiation at the surface when x equal to 0, and Ix is the intensity of radiation at x equal to x. Now below the surface, uh, and mu, what is mu? So mu is absorption coefficient. So the intensity falls exponentially with depth x, and depending upon mu, almost all the absorption occurs very close to the surface of water. So therefore the maximum temperature occurs just below the surface due to the heat and mass transfer at the surface balance. So this is few concept of how OTEC will work. So this is some principle of OTEC. So how it will work. Now we'll move into the system, conversion system. So what system is being involved to get the energy. So now we'll move to the some kind of diagrams. So let's start. OTEC system. So let's keep two surfaces first. This is ocean surface, then the second level is ocean depths. So this is the surface where high temperature is there, and this depth where there is a low temperature. This is heat source, and this is heat sink. So now what we will do, so from here through pump, so warm water surfaces, so warm surface water is through pump is pumped to the deaerator. This is deaerator. So the deaerator removes some of the non-condensable gases, so entertained with the warm surface seawater. So this is an open cycle OTEC. It is also known as cloud cycle. So it is also known as cloud cycle. That is, so it is also known as cloud cycle. So deaerator removes some non-condensable gases. So the degassed warm water then flows to the flash evaporator. So it will flow to the flash evaporator. So this is the flash evaporator. So drawn the diagram. So as you can see, this is from this deaerator, the non-condensable gases are removed. So then it moves to the flash evaporator. So this flash evaporator chamber is maintained under saturation pressure vacuum corresponding to the water temperature. So low pressure steam is obtained, is separated and passed through a turbine. So this low pressure stream is passed through a turbine to extract the energy. So this steam from the evaporator is passed through the turbine to extract the energy. So the exhaust of the turbine is condensed in a direct contact condenser. This is a direct contact condenser. So the cold water drawn from the depth of about 1 kilometer. So from here, the cold water is drawn and fed into the condenser to cool the low pressure steam which is exiting from the turbine. So the resultant mixture of the fused cooling water and condensate is disposed into the sea. It is disposed into the sea. So if the surface contact condenser is employed, the condensate could be used as a desalinated water. So thus an open cycle OTEC plant can provide a substantial quantity of desalinated water. So this is another benefit of this OTEC system. So it can provide a desalinated water. So in this cycle, the operating pressures of the working fluid in boiler, turbine and condenser are much lower and its specific volume is much higher. So such high specific volume result in larger turbine size and hence more costly. So these are the drawback of this OTEC system. So to improve few of the drawbacks of the open system, few other OTEC systems are also been developed. So the other system is a closed cycle OTEC system, and the next is hybrid cycle OTEC system. So we will see the other two system, that is closed cycle OTEC system and hybrid cycle OTEC system, in the next coming lecture. So we will just revise what we have studied today. So let's start from the first. So OTEC is ocean thermal energy conversion. So solar rays are constantly impacted on the ocean, and the ocean is the largest collector of this solar energy. So we need to use this solar energy, we need to convert this solar energy into our useful form. So around 50 gigawatt potential India has according to the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy source. So now, so the upper surface, that is warm surface, acts as a heat source, and the deeper surface acts as a heat sink. The temperature between them need to be minimum 20 degrees Celsius to work practical usage for this OTEC system. So our coastline is around 6,000 kilometers, so we can use this OTEC system. So around 1 kilometer depth is required to gain this 20 degrees Celsius difference. So the maximum efficiency of the Carnot which we can get is around 7%, but the real efficiency which we get is near to 50% of the Carnot, that is 3%. So the water which absorb the radiation works according to Lambert's law of absorption. So that is, suppose uh, I is intensity of radiation, and x is depth. So dx by dx will be equal to mu I, where mu is absorption coefficient. So when we integrate, we get the formula. It is Ix is equal to I0 into e raised to minus mu x. So this was the principle. Then we saw the Claude cycle. So in exam, if it is asked to explain Claude cycle, so you should get that it is an open OTEC system, open cycle OTEC system. So this is an open cycle OTEC system. So in this open cycle OTEC system, the water is pumped from the upper surface and it is passed through the deaerator to remove the gases. It is passed to the evaporator and a low pressure steam is passed to the turbine, and then the uh, water is pumped from the lower depth and is passed to the condenser to cool the steam which is coming out from the turbine, and then it is fed to the ocean surface. So in this process we also get a desalinated water. That is one of the advantages. So this was a quick recap of what we have studied. So in the next lecture we will see closed cycle and hybrid cycle OTEC systems. Thank you very much.